Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas is a 1972 book by the American author Hunter S. Thompson. Originally published in two parts in Rolling Stone magazine, it's written in a style of journalism that the author called gonzo, where the author himself is centre stage. Gonzo should probably be considered a subcategory of the new journalism that Tom Wolfe was helping develop and classify at the time. Thompson was born in Kentucky in 1937. His father died when he was 14, and he and his two brothers were brought up by their librarian mother, who he tells us drank heavily. After a spell in prison when he was 18, he joined the Air Force, from which he was honourably discharged in 1958. He worked at a variety of low-paid jobs, but kept writing. He achieved fame when a magazine called The Nation commissioned him to write about the Californian Hells Angels. He got close enough to write a fairly negative account, which was published in 1965. When the Angels found he was profiting from them, they demanded a share, then beat him savagely when he declined. Needless to say, his journalistic reputation was assured. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas is a semi-autobiographical account of a trip Thompson and the Mexican-American activist Oscar Acosta Fierro took to Las Vegas in April 1971. Their reasons had nothing to do with what subsequently became the novel. Thompson wanted to interview Fierro about the killing of a journalist, and they felt that the police might try to interfere if they stayed in Los Angeles. By chance, Sports Illustrated magazine commissioned Thompson to write about a Las Vegas car race called the Mint 400. He and Fierro set off on what then became an extended drugs binge. We had 2 bags of grass, he tells us, 75 pellets of mescaline, 5 sheets of high-powered blotter acid, a salt shaker half full of cocaine, and a whole galaxy of uppers, downers, laughers, screamers. Also, a quart of tequila, a quart of rum, a case of Budweiser, a pint of raw ether, and 24 amyls. Obviously, Thompson doesn't catch much of the race. His later write-up was aggressively rejected by Sports Illustrated for understandable reasons. But he does see a crowd of people in a barroom turn into giant lizards. He does become paranoid, and he does wreck his hotel room. After a while, he tells us at one point, you learn to cope with things like seeing your dead grandmother crawling up your leg with a knife in her teeth. All that might make it sound as if Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas is a farce, a self-indulgent boast about extensive substance abuse, something too commonplace nowadays to be anything but boring. In fact, that's wrong. It stands at the end of a long cultural line, more historical than literary, which runs through the beats in the 1950s and may go back as far as the 1920s. Thompson spent a lot of time studying the writing style of F. Scott Fitzgerald, and the last part of Fear and Loathing is a long, profound meditation on the American dream, which explicitly evokes The Great Gatsby. In short, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas is a judgment on the 1960s counterculture, and particularly on its failure to create an alternative society. Thompson deeply regrets that failure. At the end of chapter 8, there's a section called The Wave Speech, where he vents his frustration. We had all the momentum, he says. We were riding the crest of a high and beautiful wave. So now, less than 5 years later, you can go up a steep hill in Las Vegas and look west. And with the right kind of eyes, you can almost see the high water mark, that place where the wave finally broke and rolled back. Cormac McCarthy called Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas one of the few truly great novels of our time. That may be true, but I think in order to understand why, you really have to see it in its historical context.